Sgibs here, and this is one of my top plays in Madden 18. This is the gun bunch week. I like to flip it, and I know Farrell's always jokes around with me, but I like flipping it because my brain reads things from the left side of the field to the right side of the field, just like reading a book. But one of my favorite plays in the game is the bunch trail from this formation. I am the Seattle Seahawks offensive playbook, and I'm going to show you the hot routes I like specifically. And we're going to all start with the man-to-man, a base setup against man-to-man. So typically you get a press coverage from it. Everything starts with the ability to beat man-to-man from this. Now what I like about this play is stock. All I need to do is do one hot route, and every single route on this play has a good chance of beating man-to-man. So I put the halfback on an out pattern, snap of the ball. When he cuts, if he doesn't win, I then look to the drag underneath to Antonio Brown. He will get a free release when facing man-to-man, and that's my secondary look. So I first look, does my halfback Le'Veon Bell, does he win against the linebacker there? He does. I'm going to dump the ball off to him in the flat, and when he gets that win, I can cut up that sideline for a big gain. Now, off of that, if I don't see the win to Le'Veon Bell, if I don't see a win to Antonio Brown, I then will look to the deep post over the middle of the field. He gets an inside release, he cuts, he breaks, I lead pass, and you can see how effective that will be against man-to-man over the middle of the field. Now, we don't stop there. Now, if we have success against the underneath patterns and we get locked up, they good user control, they take away the short flat, I then can look to the tight end who gets a great release over the middle of the field. That's a very easy gain as well against man-to-man. And then last but not least, our last look against man-to-man here is to our corner pattern on that left side of the field. I would say he gets open about 40% of the time. I like to throw a low lead pass, LB down, and then towards the sideline, and then you can see how he gets open against that man-to-man coverage. So every single pattern on this play will get open against man-to-man. It's just about your ability to read the defense and throw to the open receiver. Now, quick housekeeping thing here. One thing I like to do every now and then, I'll motion Antonio Brown and leave him on this drag pattern. He'll break to this sideline. You can see his route doesn't change, and you can deliver that pass towards that right sideline. A little trinket, little dink and dunk play to add to your repertoire. And the other thing I like to do as well, from this formation, when we're facing man-to-man, I like to place Antonio Brown on an out pattern. I still keep the other hot routes, but when I put Antonio Brown on that out, I motion him out 1-2 step, and then with great route running, he absolutely will toast that outside corner. You can see that Stephon Gilmore, I get great separation. I'm able to deliver him the ball. Now, the beautiful thing about this play is if you start getting zone coverage, let's say you get a cover 3, or let's say you get a cover 2. A lot of people want to call cover 2 in this game. If you get a cover 2, we could run this play as is. Same setup. Le'Veon Bell on that out pattern. I want to look for him. If he drifts, the defense drifts. No, I'm going to go up top to the deep post. The deep post is hands down one of the best play routes in the game. In combo with this from this gun bunch, this is in my opinion, this is the very best play in the game, at least to start the season off, especially with these hot routes. Let's show you now against the cover 2 again. You had the cover 2 here. You had the post over the middle of the field. Now, one thing I really like about these out patterns to the halfback, your opponent's defense will drift from them. The zone will drift away. You dump off in the flat. That's a soft squat cover 2. But I'm still able to get about 10 yards very easily in that short area of the field because the zones drift away. Now, if your opponent does play a cover 2, they're going to be forced to play a hard flat in order to stop these short passes to the underneath options. You have Antonio Brown on a short out left. You have Le'Veon Bell on a short out to the right. And that then opens up the deep pattern behind it, the corner pattern. The classic, we sail it there, but the classic short pass where we have a corner, the short pass in the flat, it opens everything up for you. And that's what I love so much about this play. It gives you options, attacking cover 2 man. You can have options to get cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Everything is available to you on this play. Get in the lab, get in the practice mode, make sure you try it out, and we will see you guys in the next top play breakdown.